man right here. Oh yeah, and also I'm sure you guys checked out the posters. We went ahead and put this one up because it was just great. But this one right here is just classic right here.
Spectacular.
You know, so
do you see it?
Yeah. So if I was you, I wouldn't stare into his eyes too long.
Ask Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Now, next track.
Private Joy.
Private Joy. Another one of my favorites on this album. You know what I'm saying? I just love it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing really bad. There's nothing I can really say bad about this album, man. You know what I'm saying? I love every track on here. Private Joy is just another example of a great, well-written Prince song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just another example.
Yeah, it's you know, real bouncy pop,
right,
you know, type of style. I think it's a fun, you know, track.
Oh yeah.
You know, to listen to. It's I would say it's one of my favorite songs on the album. You know, I've always loved Private Joy. I think it's a bit underrated too.
Yeah.
And you know, LaToya Jackson covered this track.
Yeah, and ruined it.
Yeah,
but
she
everybody.
Did. Yeah, she.
So if you heard LaToya's '84 album, just skip that track.
Well, you know what I read too about that?
What?
That supposedly, I think I guess the album, whatever album it was on, because I never heard any of LaToya's albums. No disrespect, you know, I'm a big Jackson fan too, but.
I ain't never heard none of that shit.
Right, but from what I heard, I think the album was released overseas, like in Japan or somewhere.
Right.
So that track was on
the
that
Japanese
version,
import,
but it wasn't released on this version.
Good.
But you know, I wonder if Joe Jackson, Papa Joe, had anything to do with that.
I wonder if Michael had anything to do with it.
That's another subject, but you know, but
all right.
But yeah, Private Joy, yeah, definitely one of the best tracks on the album. Love it,
right.
Love it.
Ronnie Talk to Russia. A lot of people don't like this track. I love it. I like it. I like it. I like it a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? It's just short enough to get the point across. You know what I'm saying? You know, but my only problem with that is that, you know, he's talking about Ronald Reagan, you know what I'm saying, and you know I ain't a big Ronald Reagan fan, you know what I'm saying, God bless his soul and all, but you know, as president or any of his movies or anything else, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying. I think it's a hot track, you know what I'm saying, like everything else on this record, you know what I'm saying, politically and sexually bound, you know what I'm saying. I'm feeling it.
For the most part, I can listen to it. I like it. You know, I like the guitar playing in the track. Yeah, I think he did it right by just like far as like the time length on there.
Right.
I think he did it right.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Know. So yeah, it's straight. You know, it's a good song.
Right. All right. Well,
moving on to track number 6. Yeah, track number 6.
Track 6.
The funky. Let's Work.
Let's Work is so
man.
funky. My wife is not a Prince fan. When he performed Let's Work 2004 Musicology, when he came here, my wife jumped up out her seat when she heard him playing that. That's how funky Let's Work is. To get her ass up, that's how funky that song is.
I mean, it's got one of the best bass lines.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? I love this track. Don't love the extended as much. I think the intro to the extended runs a little bit too long.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say that.
You know, and I don't know why this track, you know what I'm saying, didn't place like Controversy placed on the charts. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like, I mean, I guess it's a habit with Prince songs, you know what I'm saying? Like back then, you know what I'm saying? You get the more popular song like Controversy, then Prince released the funkier track and ain't nobody touching it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think it's hot.
I mean, but even with that being said, that's just like Do Me Baby wasn't even charted on the chart. And I was just like, when I read that, I was just like, that's crazy. That
Yes,
is
sir.
crazy. But who was it that did the remake of that? Melissa Morgan.
Melissa Morgan did the remake.
Okay, so did her version actually make the charts?
I think it made the black charts,
That's
R&B soul charts.
It's crazy.
And there again, like I said in our last review, you know what I'm saying, I don't think that there's ever been, well, this was actually in the Prince self-titled review, that I don't think that there's ever been a Prince song that's been covered that's better than the Prince original.
Right.
A lot of people love the Melissa Morgan version, but I'm not feeling it. It ain't that hot to me.
It's decent, you know. It's a nice version, but it's nowhere on the level,
Right,
you know,
right, for sure.
how Prince did it.
Right.
You know, I don't think it is, but you know, I can listen to it.
Oh yeah. All right, let's move on then.
Let's keep the party moving.
Annie Christian.
This right here to me, now before I say what I'm about to say, let me just say, for the most part, I like this song too. I like every song on this album, but this is probably the most unusual track on the album, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but it's just different, you know, compared to the other tracks. Even when it starts out, it kind of just throws you off a little bit, you know.
Right.
You know, when I was younger, I didn't know what the song was about, but then my sister explained it's pretty much talking about the Antichrist.
Right, for sure.
But using it in a form of a female,
right.
I guess. So
Annie Christian wanted to be a big star.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I think it's hot.
Heavy.
I think it's hot. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it's very experimental.
Very.
Where he went with it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't much I can really, you know what I'm saying? I can't, like I said, I love every song on this album. You know what I'm saying? And Annie Christian is a hot track.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like. I actually like the live version too from the couple controversy shows.
Yeah.
I heard on CD, you know, on bootleg.
Right.
You know, so I think I liked it. I liked when he did it because it was kind of rare.
Right.
So I don't see him pulling that out anytime soon.
He could, you know, with his fascination with Jehovah and witnesses, you know. He could, I don't know, to each his own, but, yo, last track on the album, Jack You Off. Yo, again, I'm going to go to a reference in Alex Hahn's book, Possessed.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, where, you know, when Brown Mark first heard this track, you know what I'm saying, and Brown Mark, you know what I'm saying, he had made a comment like, you know, Prince is not gay, so why is he talking about, you know what I'm saying, Jack You Off? You know what I'm saying? He knew Prince not to be gay, he just didn't understand, like, why, you know what I'm saying, most men jack off, you know what I'm saying, most women do what they do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess Brown Mark was like totally confused, you know what I'm saying? Again, that came from Alex Hahn's book. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to check it out, y'all can check it out. But it came from his book, out of his mouth, his words, and he said Brown Mark said. So overall, I think Jack You Off is a very funky track. You know what I'm saying? Upbeat, go-go type sound. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I enjoy this track. I really enjoy this track.
Yeah, it has that kind of, I guess you want to call it jerky pop type feel to it.
Yeah.
Also, let me point out that this is actually the first Prince track that was kind of like that featured more of a band, like a collaborative effort with the band. I think Lisa, Bobby Z, and Dr. Fink is on this track.
Right.
So it's definitely one of my favorite tracks on the album. I like the vocals at the end. You know, so you know the guitar playing. So 2 thumbs up for Jack You Off. Yeah.
All right. Well, CMS, this comes a point in the video and time in the video where we have to rate this album.
Oh man, let's.
You know what I'm saying? Would you like for me to go first, or
you can go first?
You know what I'm saying? I'll go.
Okay.
At one time, I had actually gave this album 3.5 stars. At one time, 3.5 stars. Over the course of the last few years, I've really been listening to controversy. And you know, Prince took on like religion and politics, you know what I'm saying? He took on the world with this album, you know what I'm saying? So You know, I have to change my rating to 4 out of 5 stars. You know, there's not one dead track on this album. Every track to me is funky, poppy, all that.
Right.
You know, so 4 out of 5 stars for me.
Okay. That's a great rating.
Thank you.
By the way.
I appreciate that.
I just love this album, man. Like I said, this is the first Prince album I ever listened to from beginning to the end. There are very similarities to Dirty Mind, but it's a little different, in its own right. But man, I would have to give this out of 5, 4.5. I think this and Dirty Mind is pretty neck to neck, but I think I might like Controversy just a slight bit better than Dirty Mind. Not by a lot, but just a slight bit.
Okay.
So, for those, again, you trying to get into our boy right here, you must have this album. You must.
Right. For sure.
It's a must have.
So
just like Dirty Mind.
Yes.
It's a must have.
So this concludes our video and review and rating of the Controversy album. Again, leave your comments in the comment section, and if you have any info or any opinions on the fact that Andre Cymone actually wrote Do Me Baby, you can leave that in the comment section. Alright, peace.
And be wild.
And we out.